said, say what?
So mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch!
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're all feeling fabulous, feeling energized, feeling, you know, slayed, because I definitely am feeling that way. I love my wig, which was made by Mariah London, so make sure you hit her up, name down below. She knows how to lay and slay those wigs so they look also natural. Because honestly, when you're new to the wig game, it can be a bit intimidating sometimes when you see that lace, but the way my lace just melts into my scalp, God. But guys, can you believe like we're already in November? I can't believe like this is November already. This year has gone by so fast, but I must say 2019 has been good to me. I have traveled countless times. I got a new job. I've laughed. I've had a good year. So looking back, I can say, you know what, 2019 was good to me, and I really do hope 2020 is going to be even better, guys. But before we get into this video, you know what you got to do. Hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat. Names are above as per usual, because guys, if you want to stay up to date, I suggest you follow me on my socials, because that's where I'm, you know, that's where I'm active. So hit those follow buttons. So today's video is going to be about the pressure you can get sometimes from relatives, from the older generation, aunties, uncles, or like just older people in general, when you hit that 25 mark and they start to ask you, where your man at? Where your man? When you're getting married? And if you are married, by my age, I'm 30, they start asking you, where your kids at? And it's like, guys, really? Things have changed, especially being from an African home. I know it's within our culture for them to have this mentality that, you know, as soon as when you get to 25, you have to be in a relationship. Sometimes they even believe you should even be married, but they will settle for a relationship nowadays because obviously we're in 2019. But when you get to my age, you start to creep on that, you know, that 29, 30, 31, and you ain't got a man, the pressure you get. They start asking you, where's your man at? Why haven't you brought a man home? Then on top of it, when you do have the man and you are married, they start to ask you where the kids at. Why are you guys having children? Really? Guys, I think it's so insensitive. It's so insensitive and it's so rude, because a lot of them have this, you know, assumption that if you're married by 30 and you haven't had kids within the first year of marriage or the second year of marriage, particularly within the first year of marriage, they automatically assume there's a problem. There's a lot of us out there, myself and my husband being one, that we're not trying to have kids right now because we're just not ready. You know what I mean? Bringing a child into a world and being a parent is a big commitment for some people. For a lot of people, actually, your life does change. It changes from being just you two and being independent and thinking about yourselves to now thinking about this human being that you've got to look after, you've got to provide for. And some people are genuinely not ready. Like, I even had one person say to me that, have in mind, I've only been married for 1 year. 1 year. Someone actually said to me, I was walking out of the building, minding my business, not like we was having a conversation about children or was having a conversation about marriage or anything like that. It's someone from the older generation, so you know, the aunties, the uncles. They actually called my name and said, Ufama, don't worry. Everything's about God's time, that God is going to bless you with a child, and that you shouldn't worry and you shouldn't have any concerns that is going to come. I said, say what?
But why? Why would you do that?
In my head, I was like, Auntie, I did not ask you for your input. Obviously, you know, again, I'm African, so we have to have that level of respect when we speak to our elders. But trust me, if it was a younger person that said to me, they definitely would have got checked. Because it's like, ain't nobody ask you for your input. And I think it's extremely rude for you to make that assumption that there's a problem because I haven't had a child yet, or I'm not pregnant yet. To have a break for a year or two, and just enjoy each other's company. Get to know each other even more than what we do now, because I'm telling you, when you bring children into a relationship, it changes the dynamics of things completely. And this is just not my opinion. This is stuff I've been told by people that are in relationships, that are married, that have children, and that how it can change things. So you definitely have to be ready mentally, not just financially, of course, because, you know, children ain't cheap, but you definitely have to be ready mentally and ready for that commitment and ready for having that person that you have to look after and bring up. So the fact that they made that assumption that there's a problem because I'm not pregnant yet, I thought that is so rude. And I think it's just so wrong to make these assumptions. It's always the aunties and uncles, because they're from that background that as soon as you get married, you must have a child. Or as soon as you hit a certain age, you must be in a relationship. And the ages tend to be 25 to 30. And if it gets to about 33 and you still ain't got no man, that's when the alarm bells start ringing. Where's your man at? That's when they start getting scared, like what the hell's going on? And it's quite shocking to me because things have changed. Unlike 10 years, 20 years ago, where you would get married young, you would have children at a young age. Things have changed now in this generation. A lot of us are more career driven. A lot of us are more about being independent and building empires and, you know, just really trying to build ourselves up before we want to get married or before we want to have children. I can't speak on everybody because there are some people out there that are having some issues, whether it is finding the right man or whether it is trying to conceive and trying to get pregnant and have a child. So it's so insensitive, and I find it so inappropriate for them to ask people these questions because you don't actually know what's going on behind closed doors. So many women go through so many things when they're trying to have a baby that we don't know about. So asking someone, oh, you've been married for a year, you've been married for 2 years, you've been married for 5 years, where's your child? That's none of your business.
And the next time you learn how to mind your own business.
So I don't know, I just think it's so insensitive. And that is not the first time that somebody's passed a comment to me before about children, you know, what's going on. I get the questions all the time, and it's like, because I'm the kind of person that I don't really get offended very easily. It takes a lot to offend me, and if I do get offended, I get offended by minor things, you know, things that are so irrelevant and so small and so petty, but nothing major. I honestly don't. I tend to just laugh it off and keep it pushing. But there are some people that they can take high offense to the things that are said to them about, you know, them not having a man, or them not having a man at a certain age, or them not even being pregnant because they're married. At that time, you do have the odd pressures from obviously your parents. You know, they do have the odd little things they like to say now and again, but they tend to be a bit more conservative with the way they ask you. They're not so direct because obviously you're their child and they don't want to offend you. But you know how it is growing up in an African household. The parents kind of ask you the little questions now and again, like, so guys, what's going on? How comes there's no grandbabies? And it's like, mom, dad, just chill out. Not everybody wants to have children straight away. Not everybody wants to get married straight away. Not everybody wants to be in a relationship straight away. Everybody's time is different. Everybody plans to do things different. Don't get me twisted though, guys. I understand to a degree why parents can have, not the concern, but they do want you to, I guess, get on with it. Is because you need, with pregnancy, with men or with women, a lot of people don't know there might be a problem until they try. It's one of those things, it's one of those unfortunate things that you can't get tested for it. You have to try to have, you have to be having sex, to be trying to get pregnant kid and hope that yes, you conceive and you're able to carry the baby. You know, a lot of people don't actually know that there is an issue until they actually start trying to have a child. So I understand their concerns because, you know, they might feel like if you leave it too late, you know, as a female, the older you get, it's harder for you to try and have kids, it's harder for you to get pregnant. So I understand why they have these concerns in the back of their mind, because it is one of those things that you will never know until you try. But nobody wishes on, you know, nobody wishes for that. All you can do is hope for the best, that when your time comes and when you are ready to have children, that you don't experience any of those problems, and by God's grace everything works out perfectly fine. So from their point of view, I do get their concerns to a degree, but at the same time I think it's wrong for people to, one, ask inappropriate questions because it's none of your business, especially people that are strangers or people that don't even know you like that or not even comfortable with you like that, to ask these questions and make these assumptions. I find it just point blank rude. Two, to make the assumption that there's a problem and assume that you are trying, but it's just not working, because there are some people that are not trying. Again, like myself and my husband, we are particularly not ready for children right now, which is why we decided that, okay, we wanted to have a break, enjoy ourselves for a year or so, and when we're ready, we will try. Another note, it's not even just about children and being married, it's also the pressure of actually being in a relationship and getting married. You know, there are some young ladies that are really out there trying their best to date, find the right person for them, and it's just not clicking. I also don't believe in settling because you're under the pressure from family members, or you're under the pressure because you feel like you're getting older and you haven't found the right person, whether you're 29, 30, 31, 35, whatever age you are. I just feel like happiness is important, because there are some scenarios where girls can just settle for a guy because they feel like, I'm cracking on, I just need to be with someone, and it ends up being the wrong person for them. Relationship can break down, the marriage can potentially break down, then you're back to square one. I feel like you should never put yourself under that pressure because of other people's opinions, you know, because you're getting older and you must settle down. You don't know what a person has been through, you don't know what their past relationships have been like, to even question or ask them why they haven't met someone or why they're not in a relationship, because you don't even know if the person is trying. You don't know if the person is fed up and they actually just don't want to be with someone right now because their last experience was awful. You also have some of the young generation that just love to talk and be like, oh, they've been married for some time now, how comes they haven't had no children? Oh, like, she's getting on, she still doesn't have a man at her age. You know, people are always going to whisper and people are always going to have something to say. That is life. Don't let it even get to you. Even if you hear the whispers or not hear the whispers, that's life. Thankfully, I don't give a shit, to be honest with you, and neither should you. If you ever feel like you've been under this pressure of meeting someone, that you've got to get married or you've got to have a baby, honestly speaking, brush it off your shoulders. Ignore the whispers. I know it's easier said than done, but ignore the whispers and just focus on you, to be honest with you. Wait, I'm gonna round up this video, guys, because this was I wouldn't say it was a rant, but I know that a lot of young ladies my age and above have these unnecessary pressure that we get from the older generation, and also that, you know, the whispers that we have to deal with from the younger generation about having a baby and being in a relationship. What I would say is, mind your business. Mind your business.
Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
Stop asking insensitive questions that have nothing to do with you, because you don't ask questions that you wouldn't want someone to ask you if you was in this predicament. And keep it moving and focus on yourself. And stop being a womb watcher. Stop it. You're not benefiting anything from doing it. So just stop, guys. But yeah, let me know your opinions, guys, and let me know if you've also experienced such things, whether whether you're single and you're trying to, whether you're single and ready to mingle and you have the pressure of trying to get into a relationship, whether you're married and you have the pressure of, oh, you need to have a baby now. But yeah, let me know your opinions and let me know what you guys think about all of this as well. And let me know if you agree with me, because I just feel like it's just so unnecessary. It's no one's business. This is just a quick video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, click that button down below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat. Names are above as per usual. And yeah, till next time.